Welcome to the Stellaris Show. I'm Volairen, and today we're going to get right into it. I feel a little better than yesterday, and I did find a new format. Now, forgive me, I think this music is a little loud. We're going to turn it down a little bit, because I can't even hear myself talk. It's that loud. So, let's see if we can... Now, as you can hear, I have made a copyright-free, at least I think so, album for the Stellaris Show, curated from the Creator Music Library on YouTube. Which, to any of you YouTubers out there, it's great. Obviously, it's not perfect. It's got its flaws, but like, just the fact that there is a Creator Music beta and it has halfway decent tracks that you can use for just about any type of video. Some actually real popular songs that actually a lot of YouTubers, popular YouTubers, do use on their videos. They use videos from this, feature. Is really good. Yeah, it's awesome. So this is where the music you've been hearing on my channel comes from. Is from the Creator Music Beta, and I've been using it for a long time. Unfortunately, the original tracks that I was using, except for a couple, for my Stellaris videos, I have to go and find those again, because for some reason, YouTube, the Creator Music Beta, did not want to remember or give me a option to look up all the songs that I favorited and pick and choose from them anymore. I have to actually do an actual search for them and see them pop up randomly, which is, I think, it's absolutely ridiculous. And YouTube, if you're listening to this, god damn it, please add that feature. I don't know, you used to have it where you could search favorites on your Creator Music Beta, but now you can't. I cannot find any way to do it. So if you could please add that feature back in, it would really be helpful. Otherwise, it's going to take me some time to add those decent tracks I already picked for my Stellaris content and put it back on the stream. But for right now, this is what we have. This is a little... Some of these songs you may have never heard before. They're different than most of the music on most of my Stellaris videos. Most of my Stellaris videos, they have, they vary by several different tracks, but not much more than that. So there's more variety here, different genres of music too. Like, you're gonna hear more classical. So I kind of wanted to capture the essence, of playing a space strategy game. You've got dramatic, you've got classical, then you've got chill, but kind of spacey vibes, right? So that's kind of what I was going for with the album here. And again, please tell me if this music is too loud. I still think it's a little too loud. Now, my OBS is the audio doesn't seem too high, but it is at max level of as high as it can get, so I think I will turn it down a little bit more. Maybe... I wish I could hear it played back to me on YouTube as it sounds right now, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to hear how it sounds on YouTube until I finish the stream, so we're just going to have to deal with that. But like I said, if you see something, say something. If you're watching, please let me know. Hey, this is too loud, or this is too quiet, I can't. So I want you guys to be able to hear the music, but I don't want it to be so loud that it interferes with the stream, obviously. So if it's too quiet, if you can't hear it, that's a problem. Please let me know. If it's too loud, obviously that's a problem. Please let me know as well. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to Stellaris. We are about to wrap up this playthrough. We really are. We're very close. We only got 100 years left, and honestly, I am not known to play until the victory screen. I just don't do that. A lot of people don't. Some people do. And I have done it on occasion. I've said, you know what? I'm going to get to that victory screen just to say I did. Fair enough. But I don't really feel like doing that this game as of this moment, unless I'm having fun. Now, if I'm have goals that I'm trying to work towards or whatever, or maybe the crisis takes longer than I think it's going to, you know, or there's some other things I want to accomplish in the game, you know, before 2500 and it ends up taking that long, that's one thing, but I've never seen that happen. Honestly, usually what happens is I beat the crisis and there's like a 50 to 20-year gap where I am just doing nothing. And now what's different about this playthrough is that this is the first playthrough I have done on a very small map. So, and the time, see how fast it moves. Put it on fastest. That is still pretty fast. Discovered. I mean, it's not incredibly fast like it say in the beginning of the game when you haven't discovered anything, but it's still pretty fast. It's far faster than the last playthrough, which was on a very large map. That was like a day a second, which in Stellaris terms is abysmally slow, even on fastest. Like my computer could not keep up. So by the way, if you want to see me play on larger maps, give me that money. I'm just kidding. I kind of, but yeah, I mean, you know, if I can make it big on YouTube, I absolutely will get a better machine and we could play some of those bigger maps for sure. But for right now, you know, I've got this machine. It's not bad, but it is a laptop. So if I could get a tower or something, that would be amazing. You know, and again, this is in jest. I'm not begging. I'm not e-begging here. Please don't think that. That's not what I was just making a joke. So yeah, please don't take me seriously there. I mean, you know, I appreciate the support regardless. So yesterday I kind of had a little blip, you know, where I just got real and was like, hey, you know, I need to find a different format. I think I found one. It's just, I'm afraid, I have this fear that I put this video out and it's gonna flatline again. So like, but I think even if this video flatlines, I still think this is a good format to follow. And you know, it's gonna be short. It's not gonna be a long form video. I think honestly, I think I'm really just done with long form, period. Like you know, if it really, at the end of the day, it's about what hits the numbers, you know. That's one of the requirements for you know, for good content. Like, it needs to hit the numbers. Yes, it needs to be something that you're interested in, but like I said, there's a lot of things I'm interested in that I put on this channel that have just been dead on arrival, and that's not okay, right? That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of everyone's time when that happens, you know, when I do that. So I need to have a format, and this came to a head yesterday. I realized I need to have a format that's going to take me that next level. That's going to, like, it's not going to make me go viral necessarily, or I'm never expecting that, but like, it's consistent, right? I don't get flatlines. I don't get dead on arrivals. Dead on arrival, I mean, when I put the video out, it does, like, it gets maybe 50 views tops, and then it just stops getting views, like, altogether. That's been happening lately, with the exception of my ship design video and my synthetic fertility video, you know, my guides, which is fine. You know, a lot of you guys watch me just for my guides. I get that. You know, not upset about it. It's just so I do need to come out with some some, you know, more flavors besides just that flavor that will get as much, if not more views than those two videos. So like, I either need to get it to where, you know, I'm coming out with something that's successful every time I release a video, or it does even more than that. So that's my goal. I'm just talking about my goals, okay? This is what I'm working towards with this new format. So it's very clear if you look at it. My people like, you know, you guys like my shorter videos, you know, between 5 and 10 minutes. That much is obvious. You guys like my guides. You know, so, and that's cool. The problem with guides is I can only make so many, right? Before I have to recycle them. Recycle meaning, okay, it's been a couple of years since I did a guide on this. I'll do another one, an updated one, because there have been changes since then, and yada, yada, yada. I could do that. And I kind of have done that with my ship design guide. And that one's been doing good. So I'm gonna continue to do that. Don't get me wrong. But I need something else as well. I need something that keeps you guys coming back, you know, because a lot of you guys, let's face it, you just look up one guy and you're like, well, I don't need to subscribe to this guy. This is all I wanted. And then you leave. And that's fine. I have done that many times. When I search for guides on how to play a game, I don't subscribe to that guy's channel. I don't. So like, I'm no better, right? I'm just a viewer just like everyone else also. So, you know, when I view YouTube videos, I usually don't subscribe to somebody just because I watched their video once and it was helpful. It's usually people I subscribe to, either I'm like strongly moved by their message, or I'm, you know, or they have been entertaining me for so long, and, you know, and so well that I'm like, you know what, I gotta subscribe to this guy. Like, I might as well. I watch him every day all the time. Like, you notice maybe I'm subscribed to a lot of Warhammer 40k YouTubers. You know, YouTubers like Luton. For any of you 40k fans, Luton, you know, Luton. I was subscribed to Major Kill for a while, but I unsubscribed to him. Not gonna get into why that was, but like, you know, a lot of the major YouTubers, you know, 40k theories, I'm subscribed to them because I really enjoy their content. And like, really, I've just been watching them for so long over the years. It's just like, why am I not subscribed to this guy? So it's that familiarity, right? Also, so I want to, like I said, I think creating a community is really important. And I want to get together and you know, come together for more than just the guides. I want the guides to kind of draw people in, and that's why I'll continue to make them, because they do give me a lot of exposure. The search engine optimization is off the hook. Like, honestly, if I were to outside look in on my channel, if I could, I most likely my biggest strength on my channel would be, you know, the ability to get those search engine results, you know, get search result views, which brings in new viewers. So that's really valuable. But like I said, it usually a guide or some tips on a game, unless you end up binge watching all my guides, then yeah, I could see that making people want to subscribe, and that's probably why you have, right? But like, just one video, I don't think like would, you know, bring in nearly as many subscribers as, say, something like very impactful that was like, you know, changed your life or something like that. Like for example, I think it'd be really cool if like if I made another video like my gratitude video, but maybe made it better, or made the topic more understandable and palatable, less esoteric, and more motivational, like just plain facts, and like made a video like that was like really helped a lot of you guys. And I mean, a video like that that would be, especially if I continue to come out with them, that would be something I could see people like subscribing to and staying subscribed to merely for that loyalty factor, which, you know, as a YouTuber, that's valuable to me as well. So yeah, I'm changing, I'm learning. Sorry, side tangent. I'm gonna get back to Stellaris, I promise. But I just wanted to say that you know, this is gonna work out. I'm gonna figure this out. You know, we'll get through this together, and you know, I'm hopefully, you know, this new format I'm on, it's pretty structured. I'm gonna give it a try, and I'm gonna make a few videos with it. I'm not sure how the first video is gonna do, because when I have done like rankings or Stellaris discussion videos in the past in various ways, they haven't really done that well. But I'm working on a video right now, should probably come out either today or tomorrow, you know, as soon as I feel like working for a long stretch, about whether or not, the topic of whether or not the Stellaris DLC is worth the cost. Like, is it worth it for you to get some DLC in general? Like, is it worth, like, is buying any Stellaris DLC worth the buy? Now, you guys know I have a lot of DLC, I do, but I still want to approach it from I still feel like I've approached this from a fair and balanced perspective. Like, and I also wanted to share with you guys, you know, my experience of buying DLCs and how I came to buy DLCs. And it wasn't an overnight decision. It was something that happened over time. It was like, you know, at first I balked at the price just like everybody else, but over time I was like, well, wait a minute, I can tell, I'm looking at this list of features, I want that for my game. I think that would really change my game. It would really help my, you know, it would really enhance my gameplay. Even if there's not that many, these features alone would, you know, I want them that bad. So that's actually what led me to get my first DLC. So that's what my next video is going to be about. However, I plan to immediately, no matter how that video does, I plan to immediately follow it up with another one using the same format, about something maybe more entertaining or more, you know, more, a more popular topic. And I'd have to do research for it first, but it will be about Stellaris though. So I kind of do at the moment want to kind of refocus on Stellaris a little bit, because let's face it, my last 7 Days to Die video, like the last guide I did that I put a lot of effort into, that was dead in arrival, and that's not motivating for me at all. I gotta be honest, it's not motivating for me at all. And ask any YouTuber, dude, when you look at those analytics and you see, like, and when I say dead on arrival, I mean it did nothing. Like, it got maybe a handful of views and the impressions just stopped. Like, they just don't exist. That is crushing, man. I think that's the hardest part of this job, honestly. The hardest part of being a YouTuber is that you put hours and hours of work into something. You get your hopes up, right? You get your expectations up. You can't help it. You're like, maybe this is the next big one. You know, it's a psychological trick, right? It's just pure psychology. As a YouTuber, I guarantee you, any YouTuber in the back of their mind has a little voice going, man, this could be the one. This could be the video that blows you up, right? This could be the video that makes you viral. You know, we all got that voice in our head somewhere. You know, so I got to fight that voice, right? Because it's irrational. Because that's not how the world really works. And so, but it does create expectations and hopes and stuff, unfortunately, whether you're aware of them or not, at least for me, whether I'm aware of them or not. And like I said, it's so crushing when you do that. And a lot of YouTubers quit over this. I got to be honest, I'm not going to quit. Okay, you guys know I'm not going to quit. I've been pumping out dead on arrival videos for a long time now. You know, but I've also pumped out a lot of good ones, right? But man, I could see so many YouTubers. In fact, I have stepped back a couple times or lost interest at times, but I came back later. You know, I took breaks partly because, you know, a piece of content I had been put my heart and soul into was dead on arrival. You know, it was like, wow, it sucks. It does. You invest all that time and effort, and you have all those hopes and everything for that video. That's why you can't get attached, overly attached to any particular video. But that's hard to do, right? It's hard not to get attached to something that you invested your time and effort into. So, you know, like I said, that is definitely, I think, the hardest part of this job. Absolutely. We got reactive armor, so that's a good thing. We could even, with our ships, let me see here. We could take away a capacitor and put in put in reactive armor. We could do that. We would be losing some hit points, you know, 10% shield hit points, and 3,500 shields is significant. That'd be 350 points. So I don't know if that would be worth it or not. I'm not a math guy. I'm not a numbers guy. I don't hide that fact. But I am a what works guy. So I'm an experimenter. So I think we can. I think we're gonna get the technology for sure. But as of putting it in our ships, I'm not sure. But we might actually need to get this more. Replica complexes for the orbital ring building. But yeah, what I was saying, you know, fuck it, we'll get this. What I was saying is, you know, like I said, I'm at a point now to where getting dead on arrival videos regularly or at all is no longer really acceptable to me. If, like, I think from now on, if something's dead on arrival, like, decisions need to be made. Like, I need to do something about it. Not just, oh, better luck next time. I don't think I can have that attitude anymore. I'm like, this cannot I'm starting to have the attitude, this cannot happen again. Like, what do I need to do to keep this from happening? Like, have that mindset. Like, what can I do in the future to prevent this from happening? So, I think for right now, I hate to say it, but as far as my 7 Days to Die content is concerned, it's going to be a while before I take a risk like that again with a 7 Days to Die guide. So, now if you like my 7 Days to Die content, share it, like it, you know, give it that engagement, give it that love. In particular, I'm talking about my 7 Days to Die horde-based video, or 7 Days to Die 1.0 horde-based guide. I was almost certain, like I said, the hardest part of being a YouTuber, I had so many expectations and hopes that I didn't realize for this video. I have been intending on making this video for almost years. Like, especially ever since my, and this is the part I don't understand, my other two popular 7 Days to Die videos, my game settings and my map settings, those were popular. Like, you know, but they weren't popular right away. Again, they were dead on arrival at first. So really, and that's the thing. Maybe this will get traction and get views. Maybe it won't later. But really, what I need right now to get to the next level, I can't have that. I need to get, the numbers need they need to progress moderately at least. Like, okay, so they at least need to be like Synthetic Fertility, which got, you know, 359 views in, it's published in August 27th. So it's been about a week. Excuse me. It's been about a solid week. And it's already got 360 views. That's good enough for me. And then today it's got 64 views, and it's in the search engines. I'm getting 59% of those views from YouTube search. So I'm in the algorithm. I'm being searched. My videos are being shared. This video is being shared slowly, you know, less than I'd like, but you know what? This, I think, is the new standard. Like, this is the bare minimum standard right now for me, is what I'm shooting for right now. So my goal is to make this the bare minimum standard. Like, any video I come out at least does this or better. I don't think that's an unattainable goal. So, yeah. So until I'm able to figure out a format with 7 Days to Die that will do this, I'm gonna step back from it. I may still stream it now and then, but as far as, like, you know, editing the streams and making guides for 7 Days to Die, I think I need to see more engagement, unfortunately. And that's just the cold truth. Let's face it, a lot of you guys are subscribed to me for Stellaris, and that's the way it is. And like I said, I don't resent that, you know. But I hope I can get to a place, and maybe this format will do this for me. We'll see what happens. But like I said, you know, I need to be coming out with at least synthetic fertility level numbers all the time. That's my goal as a YouTuber. I'm just sharing, being transparent about my goals as a YouTuber right now. These are just YouTube goals. So, you know, and like, I'm doing the Stellaris show for pure enjoyment. You know, the Stellaris show as of right now isn't really, you know, my live streams just do not get a lot of exposure. Let's face it. And that's fine. I like doing these streams. I do. I like hanging out with you guys. I think, really, honestly, I need to keep live streaming for the community, for you know, for the guys, you guys that want it, and just allow it to grow over time. I'm okay with devoting a little bit of time to it each day. And like I said, there was a time where live streaming was all I did, and I enjoyed it. You know, but yeah, as far as like edited videos are concerned, I think I really need to just tighten it down. Yeah, starting with this format I made, and you know, if the video I produce with it doesn't really take off or do anything, I'm gonna try a couple more times, and then I'll just readjust the format. But I feel like you guys are gonna see a lot more structure from me. So anyway, one of the things we need to do, let's see, this fleet's fully upgraded. How big are these fleets down here? Because we do need to take care of this. All right, we can easily crush them with this fleet. So we're gonna get rid of these annoying pirates that keep disrupting my movement. And then we're gonna come down here and we're gonna take this ship back. And then we're going to crush them. So, let me see, make sure I don't have any chats. Do I have any chats? No. Okay. Yeah, and I guess I'll apologize. I've been trying to get better about just staying on Stellaris, but today I don't feel really it could be helped. I feel like the stuff I just talked about needed to be said. But yeah, you know.
Locker removed.
And maybe you guys want to hear it, you know? I don't know.
Technology discovered.
But yeah, and before I wasn't as motivated to, you know, increase the revenue of my channel, but now I am. You know, that's the reality. I'm in the Philippines now. I've got nothing better to do than to just work on this and work on it and just work on it, as long as, you know, as long as I can stay here, and, you know, as long as I keep getting the, you know, my current income. Yeah, so if I can make money doing this, that's definitely obviously a game changer. So
Spaceborne life form.
So I am more motivated to hit the numbers than I was previously, because, you know, that's kind of, like I said, I got nothing else to do. I mean, I guess I could go to nightclubs and chase chicks, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. I really don't. I'm kind of just in the zone, you know, just on my purpose and path, just, you know. So I'm confident that I'm gonna be able to figure this out. I always have. I always figured out something. I've always had, you know, I had I remember when I started this channel, you know, I was at zero, right? Ground zero. And my first subscribers were just, you know, my friends and family. And like, let me see, what out of here is actually good. I'm just gonna default to tile blocker. I don't really think I have a lot of heritage sites. But yeah, I started out as a, I guess we'll, I'm gonna get the encoder. Wormhole travel. Fuck it. Yeah, so I started with zero, just like everyone else, and my first big break, like,
discovered. Fleet upgrades.
Really,
applied.
my first big break for me was, I really got into Kenshi. Some of you know. Some of you subscribe for me for that. Thank you for sticking out this long, by the way. But like, so I started playing Kenshi really hard, and I was like, dude, I want to make videos about this. At the time, I was like, dude, I want to make videos about this. There is like, because all the videos I was seeing, it was like, dude, you don't actually tell me what to do. Like, you're telling me what I can do, but you're not telling me, you're not giving me an easy solution here. Like, you're basically still telling me to figure it out for myself. I wanted a, like, step-by-step, do this and this and this. I wanted some direction, some structure, right? But I couldn't find any Kenshi, you know, tutorials that were like that. And I think it's because those YouTubers were kind of afraid to really put themselves forward and be like, yeah, you should do it this way. So I kind of got on the scene. I made my first Kenshi tutorial with the attitude of, okay, this may not be the best way, and this has been my attitude ever since to all my guides. This may not be the best way. This may not be the meta. It may not be the perfect way, but it works. It works. If you do it, it works. You will succeed, you will grow, you will succeed at the game, and you will learn, right? And you'll get to the next level. That's really what it's about. Should I get robots? It's kind of late. I don't care. I don't care about robots right in this game. Maybe next game. Some games, like some games I do robots and some I don't. Obviously in synthetic fertility you have to do robots. So I mean, not saying robots are bad. They are absolutely good if you use them, you know. I think that what's stopping me right now is that if I do robots, all of my planets are going to simultaneously make machine assemblies that are going to cost alloys, and my alloys are going to like drop dramatically. That's what I'm afraid of. So I think it's just not worth the possibility of that happening. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, and I've been doing just fine without it. So let's see, where are my other fleets? Are they at home base? Okay, they're at home base. They are should be getting upgraded. Okay. But yeah, so that's the attitude I've had ever since to my guides. It started with Kenshi, and then so when that, and here's the thing, talk about perseverance. When that video came out, it was at zero, just like any of my other videos, right? And you know, at first it didn't really do anything. And I was like, okay, so I just moved on. You know, I was only half serious at the time. Like I was kind of serious, but I was just, you know, dabbling. I was just trying new things. I was a brand new YouTuber, right? So brand new to the scene.
New technology discovered.
So I did that. And about a month later, I look at it and I got my first 200 views. I had never gotten that many views on any video I had ever made before. And so my eyes definitely perked up, and I showed my mom, some of you know her as Mother Duck. You know, I was like, hey mom, take a look at this. I was, and we were just, we're amazed and just so excited just to get 200 views. That's it, right? But success is success, right? And then that began to snowball, and then at some point, that video started to really take off, especially after I made 2 more follow-ups to it. Those also equally took off as much as the first one. So they were kind of the big 3 for a while, and that got me my first 600 subscribers. And honestly, looking back on it, I don't even think the Kenshi videos were that good. I mean, there was very little editing involved, other than, cutting out mistakes, voice mistakes. That was mainly what I edited, was my voice, or was the audio. That was a lot of the work. So, but it was edited enough to apparently keep people's interest, and the information is really valuable. So let's do that. We're kind of getting to the point here where we're not really getting any technology that we really care about. So they finished the bulwark. Bulwark is really lame. If you get in that situation where empire you vassalize turns itself into a bulwark, you need to, as soon as the term negotiation is available, you need to turn that shit off, because bulwarks absolutely suck, in my opinion. I mean, it's not an opinion. I mean, the whole premise of bulwark is defense, and we all know how nerfed defense is right now. So having an empire do that really isn't beneficial. It honestly, in fact, really what I think they should have done, instead of bulwark, they should have had they should have had a warrior type, vassal, where they just make fleets and they have powerful fleets and they build powerful navies, something like that, like a shipwright or something, or shipbuilders or something, some kind of warrior specialization, not bulwark. I mean, they should have bulwark, but they should also have a warrior specialization where that's offensive, not defensive, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll have to wait for that to come back up. It's 2400, so we could get the crisis at any moment. We are going to vassalize this guy when the truce is up. So let's take a look at when that is. 2409. So it's in 8 years, so we got some time. We got some time before we fight these guys again. It's like some of our upgrades are done. We're getting a lot of energy credit gain and alloy gain now that our ships are docked.
New technology discovered.
I think we do need to reinforce. Yeah, let's reinforce a little bit. So we got another tradition. We'll just we'll do that. Get a little bit more unity. I'm sure we have some enforcers out there. You stop saying Yeah, hopefully we can get anti-gravity engineering soon, so that we can get those arcologies going. So they're in charge of a fleet, so we'll make them an admiral. But yeah, Kenji was the first level, basically. That was my first milestone, was that first 600 subscribers. And so after that, I started having more health problems. Well, as some of you know, shortly after that video was made, maybe about a half a year, like 6 months later, I got a debilitating illness. Like, I almost died. I got a blood clot in my lungs, and I'm sure this before on my channel, but it was more pain than I'd ever been in my whole life. And for about a year, the only thing I could do is watch the Kenshi videos continue to grow and give me subscribers, and just game and go to sleep. That's really all I could do. Thank God for that pension, because, like, I mean, I would have lost my job. Like, I would have lost everything, really. I was lucky. Yeah, very, very lucky in that event. I mean, honestly, just lucky to be alive, you know. If it weren't for modern medicine, I'd be not alive right now. What is this garbage? I just took these guys over. They're rebelling again? I don't get this. Okay. I'll vassalize him again. Yeah, you get to a point in the game where it's basically you're just putting out fires. Once you get this big, it's like most of what you deal with is rebellions. You're not really doing any really big wars.
New technology discovered.
It almost makes me want to just integrate this empire. I haven't integrated an empire in a long time. Just never got around to it. Goes the ums again. Habitability modification or heritage site. I think we'll go with heritage site. Because I'm sure we do have some out there. Okay, so our official is governing someone. They're not in a council, so both of these are useless, but we'll just go with ability. So
colony founded.
But yeah,
fleet upgrades.
I spent a year recovering, and so at some point I was like, okay, my channel is still growing despite all of this. I need to do something with it, right? Honestly, you subscribers motivated me to keep coming back. That's really what it was. It was like, well, I'm still growing and I've done nothing for my channel for like a year. Like, okay, this is something special. Like, I'd be a fool not to like follow this to its conclusion, you know? It's like, you know, God or the universe was trying to tell me something, right? So I kept at it. Let's see, what do we got here? So this new planet, this is going to be a fortress. So we're going to go ahead and set it to fortress and do that. Now, so I was like, you know what? I can at least live stream, right? I can at least do that. I don't have the strength or the energy to like focus required to do editing, but like, I can at least just sit there and play games and have people watch me and hope something happens. So I did that for a long time.
Fleets enhanced.
Yeah, I did that for a while, and then I started picking up the pieces. It began, and this is why I have a video on my channel about meditation. I really believe in it. I need to start doing it again, to be honest. I've been slacking lately with this move and whatnot. But like, I decided, I looked back on my life, I was like, man, the best parts of my life was when I was meditating regularly. So I decided to start meditating again, and nothing happened at first, but the thing of it was, I did start to get some focus back. Not energy necessarily, but I even did get some energy, and like, I don't know, it kind of did something to my brain. Just, and I kept at it. I basically did a challenge with myself that I was going to meditate every day for a year. And so I did that. And by the end of that year, I had started doing other things, like also written examination, like doing an after action review. I don't know if any of you know what that is. At the end of my day, I did that every day. And those two seemingly small changes, I think really kind of enabled the rest of the growth I had. And then I got help for my eating disorder. That's all I'm going to say. I got extremely overweight, like to point to where it was not just uncomfortable, like it was borderline debilitating and very painful. So I went through
technology discovered.
But then I lost like 70 pounds. And while you can't say it was directly because of the meditation and the self-examination, it really, I think, really had a big part in it. So, and I kept it off for a while. And that's when I finally had the discipline and the energy to say, you know what? I am going to get on an upload schedule and I'm going to start pumping out videos. And they were just shorts at first. It was like, right now I only hit, that's all that I had the energy for, right? I didn't have, I still don't have the energy to just pump out long form videos like some YouTubers do. Guardian Point Defense, that is technically a weapon upgrade, but it's not a big one. But we'll go ahead and get it anyway. Anything to make our ship stronger, a good thing. So I started pumping out the videos, and I stopped live streaming so much. In fact, I think I may have stopped altogether. Well, something else happened. So during this time leading up to my first uploads in years, my uploads in 2023 or late 2022, I had been in a guild in World of Warcraft Classic called and you may have seen videos, some of my WoW content, and may have actually subscribed to me while I was streaming this and doing this. But I was basically in what I thought was a really good guild. They are a good guild. It's just they went in what I feel is a bad direction, but I kind of can't blame them for it. Every guild wants to be the best, right? But anyway, so I was playing WoW for a long time. For those couple of years, that's the other thing that kind of stopped me from making content, really, like this kind of content. It was that I was a dedicated raider for a very popular WoW guild, very high performing guild. So we were clearing all the latest content and stuff. Like we were one of the best on our server. Like, yeah, so it was a big deal for me at the time, and I'd always wanted to go back to Wrath of the Lich King. So I was, and Burning Crusade, because I had never like really did the high-end stuff in Burning Crusade. So I wanted that experience. So that's kind of what I was doing during that time while I was recovering from COVID in general, and just the illness that happened to me, the blood clot. So up until this point, I had been just streaming my raids and like just playing WoW and getting stronger and stuff. And Wrath of the Lich King came out. Some of you I still have the stream up there of the day that Wrath of the Lich King Classic came out, and it got like 400 views. I don't think any other live stream I've ever had had that many. For good reason. It was good content. I mean, who doesn't want to see the floodgates open, right, so to speak? If anybody plays WoW, understands what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I did that. I kind of want to come over here, but I don't think I need to. Sorry guys, I'm playing a little too slow.
Engaging hostile fleets. Fleet upgrades applied.
So yeah, but right before, and I want to thank my lucky stars. I want to thank God my guild did this. They benched me. My guild benched me because they were going in a new direction. Like they were really trying like to be professional, right? And while I was a good raider, I did make mistakes, but they wanted none. Like basically, yeah, they just in fact they cut their roster like in half doing this. They only picked the most hardcore, biggest min-maxers that they could possibly grab. You know, that made little to no mistakes. And get that. Like I said, wasn't a bad player, but I simply did not have the mechanical skill to do what they were wanting us to do. A lot of us didn't. Not just me. I don't really feel bad about it. Like I said, you know, I'm aware of my limitations as a gamer. Like I said, I've never ever said that I was mechanically gifted. I'm 41 years old. Okay, so you know, popping heads on Call of Duty. I know there's a couple YouTubers out there that are older, even older than me, that are able to do it, but that's the exception, not the rule. Like, you know, yeah, that's just not me, right? So let me see. Starbase. I don't really need more starbases. I mean, I could use them. Habitability would directly help me in a small way, but we already have pretty good habitability. Now, crime and amenities. You know, we've been dealing with rebellions and uprisings and all kinds of bullshit the entire game. So this would also help. And we may be able to do networked amenities if we have the edict funds to do so. Could look at that. Now, this is a weird technology, this improved production. So, I have heard from other YouTubers that this technology is bad. Then again, I mean, resources from jobs on your Capitol building. Sounds like a good deal, right? Even though the upkeep is 10%. So, like, but it's just your capital planet, so it's really not that big of a deal in the end. You know, especially when you're as wide as I am. I think this will make either this or this will make the biggest impact. I think this is actually going to make the biggest impact. I haven't checked my plants lately to see how much crime is on them, but like, I think that's something I want, because
formed. Now we shall learn from their mistakes.
So yeah, my guild benched me in World of Warcraft, and you know, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life. So if Zug and Tug is listening right now, that's the name of the guild, I want to say thank you. Thank you for benching me. Because when that happened, I had zero excuse, zero reason, zero things in my way to working on my channel. I had lost the weight. My health, you know, my health problems had abated to the point of comfort where I was, you know, living somewhat sanely. You know, I had energy. I was exercising. I had gotten my strength back. I started weightlifting, right? When I started, I couldn't lift 10 pounds. That's how weak I was. That's how weak the blood clot had made me. now today, or you know, in a few, like in about 6 months, I was able to lift 40 pounders. You know, that's no small feat. I mean, I'm not a strong man or anything, but definitely that's like, I got, if you look at just the weight, technically I got 4 times stronger than when I started. So, and things got easier. So like, yeah, I was like, why not work on my channel? I feel good right now, you know? You know, it occurs to me that I forgot to put chat up, and I really hope that my stream didn't cut out. Nope, it's still up. Okay. So, let me continue my story. Go ahead and capture that. So I was feeling good. I was looking better. Federation Association offer? What? Who's in a damn federation? Who is that? Oh. Whatever. I think it's... Is it those guys? Those are caravanners. And apparently they're the Galactic Custodian. Whatever, dude. Let's see. So they're in a federation with this little guy, and they're the Galactic Custodian. I think I'm still going to vassalize them. Hopefully I can. But yeah, so I quit WoW. And it wasn't just because...
Discovered.
Why didn't you take that over? Go capture that, please. Do what I told you. So it wasn't... And I quit WoW not just because my guild benched me. There were other problems happening. I think it's okay to talk about this now, because it's kind of water under the bridge now, but Blizzard, the way they had been managing Warcraft Classic was really going downhill fast. And some of you WoW fans know that later on they came out with tokens, and I'm glad I wasn't there for that. But stuff was getting problems, or the problems that I've been having since I started playing Classic, they were getting worse. Things like GDKPs, you know, which on the surface they look benign and they look like a potential solution to the other problems of that game. The thing of it is, where does the money come from? Where does all that gold come from? That's a good one. That's kind of the thing, right? That was bothering me about the whole GDKP thing. And my guild was doing a lot of those. And I had even done a couple myself, but like in the back of my mind I was like, dude, there's no way that this money is legit.
My children,
like, what is this? Okay, hold on. All right, the coming storm. Okay, here's a crisis, guys. Here's a crisis. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of this just because. Okay. I think this is like the Synth Queen. Is that it?
Would a name satisfy you? Then call me Satana.
So, their opinion of us is plus 50. Okay. What do you want?
My purpose is to give. I see how you have suffered in my absence. For eons, the fear of the short sight.
This is fitting music for what's happening right now.
From what you so desperately need. Rejoice, for the cycle of pain will soon be at an end. All conscious life is suffering. Even in your joy there is pain, for you know that joy must end. Knowledge, power, love. I return to end all illusions. Much remains to be done. I ask only that you leave me to my work. Any attempt to enter my domain will fail. A celestial tempest rages there, and no vessels will be permitted to enter.
So, like, see, this I can get behind. Paradox, if you're watching, I like this. Okay, the voiceover. Please do more of that. I will give you my money to see more of this. Like, the whole having to read text thing, this is why I don't really pay attention to events, but she's talking to me right now. That gets me. I like that. Hey Fenru, how's it going? But yeah, like this right here, Paradox, keep doing this. You know, start doing voiceovers, at least for the important stuff, right? That would catch my attention, and that would make people like me that hate the RP, or I don't hate the RP, it's just I'm not as interested in it, right? It's not as interesting to me. Like, that would get guys like me more interested, because then I wouldn't have to read text, I could just listen. And so I think, Paradox, if you want people to engage with the RP more, this is definitely the way you do that, for sure. You know, that's one of the things I liked about Baldur's Gate. I played Baldur's Gate 3. You know, everything was voiced over. That's an example of what I'm talking about. It's much easier to get into a game like that when you're not reading text, you know? Now, back in the day, old school, you know, they didn't have that this technology, so you had to read text. But once I had voiceovers, I got spoiled. I'd tell you. And in fact, all my Warhammer, for example, all my Warhammer 40k audiobooks or books, they're all audio. You know, they're spoken. I listen to them. I don't read the text. You know, some might flame me for that, but yeah, I mean, but I love the lore, right? But I get it through my ears. I don't, you know, read it, you know, per se. Anyway, so issues, special project, the Mysterious Tempest. It's open communications with us and now be contacted through the diplomatic channels. Okay, so what do we got here? Because this is all new to me. I have not done this before. I've not seen this before. Let's see. So definitely want to research this. So we'll go ahead and select that. We don't got anything important on physics happening right now anyway. So now where is this Tempest is what I want to know. Is it in the middle of my damn territory? Please tell me that it's not. No. Not seeing where it is. Anybody know where this is? Anybody see it? It's here somewhere. Is it this? No, I don't think so. Ah, here it is. Okay. So, fitting music as well. So we got Heavy Anchor, Safe Harbor, Far Shore, Hillhaven. So I wonder if this is one of those crises that I've heard about from time to time where basically there's like two factions that spawn in. One wants to destroy the galaxy, the other one wants to save it, and they like fight each other like basically two fallen empires going to war or something like that. I don't know. Maybe this is one of those things. If anybody knows more about, I'd have to look it up and do research, but if anybody knows what event this is, you know, what crisis this is, that I think it is. I think this has got to be from the Machine Age, because they even voiced it over. I've never seen or heard a voiceover event like this, so I think it is I think it is a new crisis from the Machine Age. That's what I think is happening right now. So, let's see.
Upgrades applied.
So I think honestly, this is actually a really good cliffhanger to leave on. I actually need to go do something. I'm gonna go hang out. I'm actually gonna go hang out with Mother Duck, guys. As you know, I moved to the Philippines. So, and some of you that have been subscribed to my channel for a while know that, you know, Mother Duck is my mother, and you know, we used to play games together a lot, and we haven't really been able to do that lately, and yeah, frankly, I miss her, you know. So just guess giving her a shout out, you know. So like, but she's, you know, we're gonna play some games together after this. So, but yeah, this is a pretty good cliffhanger to leave on, I think. Tomorrow, when I get on here, we will deal with this crisis for sure, and I will finish my story if I remember it. Actually, I think I will finish my story real quick, if you guys are interested. So, and I'll try to wrap it up because I do need to go. But like, so yeah, the GDKPs, the gold selling, the bot farming, it just started getting worse and worse. And also, I quickly realized as I went through the through Wrath of the Lich King, that it wasn't what I remembered. You know, it wasn't as glorious as I remembered it, and also, there were, you know, I was playing, so I had it in my head for that expansion that I was going to be a paladin, right? What I didn't realize at the time when I loaded up that, you know, when I entered into Northrend, was that everybody else wanted to be a paladin too. Like, paladin's the #1, like, most popular class, or was. So that means it's very oversaturated. So finding a raid spot as a paladin will prove very difficult. I still got gear and everything. I geared up and everything and did really well. It's just I couldn't get into a raid as a paladin. So that was the first dream that was kind of shattered. And then I wanted to get in with my druid. I was a resto druid. That was my main, as some of you know. I was a tree. And well, you know, most raids didn't take trees, or trees weren't their first choice. Like, or if they did have a tree, that spot was taken by another tree. So it was just like, that was the other thing too. The classes that raids wanted, I had no interest in, you know, like, so it was really kind of like getting cold water thrown on me in a way, you know, so to speak. I'm sure a lot of people felt like this. So that was another factor of why I quit WoW. But like I said, it really just got more and more difficult to get gold and just, you know, support myself in the game. I felt like really that also the dailies that were in Wrath of the Lich King, at least during the phase that I was there, I weren't enough to like sustain my gold needs, you know, my monetary needs in the game. So, but anyway, and then when my guild benched me, that plus these problems, there was really no, I lost all my desire to keep playing. And then shortly after that, I decided, because, you know, partly because of that, and after a couple other events that happened later on, that I was just done playing Blizzard games in general. I just don't, I kind of treat Blizzard now the way I treat EA or Electronic Arts. I refuse to play Electronic Arts games. So, I'm kind of in the same camp over Blizzard games, because I have not liked the direction they were heading in a long time. And so, yeah. So I don't play So sadly, I stopped playing StarCraft co-op. May even have a couple videos of that, me playing that, but yeah. So that was when I part ways with Blizzard, but a beautiful thing happened. I had all the time in the world. What was I going to spend it on? This channel. So I started pumping out the videos, right? And the rest is history. You know, that first Stellaris short that I made, it's like open Pandora's fucking box, man. And now I'm at the level I'm at now. So why did I go over this story today? Well, because it's entertaining, and because now I need to look towards, I want to look towards what's, you know, I'm looking towards the next level, right? Which for me, let's face it, should be like 10,000 subscribers, right? I think that would be a great milestone to shoot for. So that's what I'm working towards. So, but I think going forward, what worked for me before, I don't think is going to work any longer towards that goal. So I am going to need to, you know, I am going to need to do new things and try, you know, keep doing what works, but also, you know, come up with new stuff that works even better. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, little history lesson. Thanks for watching. And like I said, tomorrow we are going to be dealing with this, with the new crisis for Stellaris. Might even title it that. We'll see. And we'll deal with that and see what happens there. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and until next time.